really shitty games for like, I don't know, probably a few years now. Like we haven't had a game besides maybe like people that really fucked with Elden Ring, but I didn't really get into Elden Ring. I played it for 3 hours and then gave up and then refunded it. So, but other than that, like God of War didn't happen until 2018. I feel like 2018 was like the last year we really had a good game. And this one's like a good mixture of just, you know, wholesome and you know, being a pussy. And I love that because I love cats. I mean, I have 2 of them. So I just think it's a good overall game, like something that I feel like everybody, especially in this day and age, and kind of like how the environment in, especially in America right now, it's just a nice getaway. And I haven't had a getaway game in a really long time. Like I spent an hour just exploring the fucking slums.
Yep. I like the fact it could be an asshole, like scratch, you know, couches.
Yeah, I do it every time. Every single time I get the prompt, I'm like, I'm doing this shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck all of you guys. Yeah, no, I love it. It's such a wholesome game, and it's so relaxing, but also has times where it's not, which is a good mixture to have in a game, in my opinion.
Yeah, like for me, it gave me like the vibes of like how like Limbo was, or like Little Nightmares, or yes, it's platform and quote unquote linear, but this one gave you a little bit more freedom. While Limbo was literally just scrolling to the right, and then Little Nightmares, same thing, just scrolling to the right, or just having a little 3D aspect, you just going forward, but it's completely linear. This one, you could explore a little bit. It gave you that little satisfaction, you know, getting like memory stuff and finding little things and doing like the little side quests of getting soda cans. And
yeah, and that was awesome too, because then it's not like a, hey, this is a side quest, like you can do this or not. It was like, hey, you can go collect something and then do something else after that without even really meaning to. It's like it gives you a reward for actually exploring rather than just a, hey, go do this now. This is boring, blah blah blah. So
yeah,
that's why I really like it.
All right,
it's so good. I can't wait to go play that game more.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Who Is Creator Edition. Today I have my good friend Ashdog, and we're gonna learn a little bit more about who exactly is this phenomenal YouTuber.
I'm just phenomenal. I don't know about that. Calm down. Calm down about all that.
Listen here. Listen here. You're my role model. Honestly, you're my inspiration.
I can't take compliments. I'm not good at this kind of thing. It just gets weird, and then you know.
Okay. So just to be genuine, honestly, you are phenomenal, and I did look up to you and all that kind of stuff. And I'm glad that you agreed to come talk with me, and as we bullshit and I learn a little bit more about you. You could ask me questions as well, but
I'll try my best.
All right, for those who are watching this who don't know exactly who you are, what do you do and how do you get into YouTube?
Oh God, dude. I mean, I've been doing gaming content for like 8 years, but I would say that nothing really hit off until I want to say 2019, because that's when like me and the boys started doing like hardcore Minecraft stuff and kind of just popping off with that kind of content because no one else was really doing it. And then we started doing Discord content, and that's kind of when it started popping off. But dude, I've been doing YouTube since like early 2014, I think. But I was like making I was making really dumb videos with like my buddies. We were playing Black Ops 2. And it's funny because a buddy of mine that I used to like play with all the time, he edited like my videos with my funny moments, and he recorded his point of view. So he was recording, but I had a bunch of funny shit that I wanted to use because I don't know, I feel like I'm a funny cunt sometimes. And I didn't have any way of editing anything, so he edited like one of my first videos, and I posted it on YouTube. And he did that a few times because there was a time, I don't even know if it's on my channel, I think it's on my old channel that I don't want to talk about ever, but there's a video that I prank called Victoria's Secret, and I don't remember what the fuck I said. We were playing Call of Duty Ghosts, and it was like one of my first videos ever, and I just asked that they sell dildos, I think. And it was the dumbest shit in the world. I fucking hate that video. But that's kind of how I started. I just started doing dumb shit because I used to just watch a bunch of COD YouTubers back in the day. And that's kind of where I started more than anything.
You kind of figured out if they had their own secret. All right. So that's okay.
Yeah. The guy, he didn't respond. I think he just hung up. So It didn't work very well.
With this whole platform of whole gaming, what has been like the best moment of just being on YouTube so far?
Oh God. I don't know, because this is fucking hard. Why you gotta hit me with a hard question? I think the best moment was when I think it was 2019, because that entire year for me was a reverse 180 of like, hey, you could actually be doing something with YouTube. And now it's kind of different because everything's kind of changed a lot within the last year or two, just because of how content is made on YouTube. Like I still believe in myself that I could become a lot more successful, but it's one of those things that I have to learn a whole new algorithm, because YouTube is way different than it was even 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago we were just making funny moment content, you know, playing Minecraft, Discord content, and Siege, and that's kind of where we primarily grew. But I would say 2019 was like the biggest, probably my successful year, that reminds me like, hey, you can actually do this shit if you actually just fucking put your mind to it, type thing. And I think that's with anybody. I think anybody could really fucking do it. It's just you have to learn, and you have to actually fucking try. And if you don't, then you're not going to get anywhere. And I think that's just basic life information to begin with anyways. So yeah. I think a lot of people, especially during right now, they think that they can just be handed shit more than anything. And they see all these other successful Twitch streamers, YouTubers, TikTokers, and I think a lot of them just don't understand that putting time and effort into something, rather than just putting a few things every now and again, is not how you're gonna fucking succeed at all. And I think that's just how it's been forever, but I think it's a lot worse now, because like Mr. Beast, like he's literally proven if you put in time and effort and actually fucking learn, you're gonna fucking succeed, you know?
Yeah, and he grew fast as fuck.
He grew fast as fuck because he learned the algorithm. He learned what he needed to do and how to succeed. And now people are trying to perfect that and trying to be a Mr. Beast, which a lot of people just don't understand, that there's a lot more than just make good thumbnail, make good title, haha, you know, bada bing.
My man is 800,000 away from hitting 100 million.
Holy shit. I didn't even realize he was that close.
Yeah.
That's wild. Because like last year he was only at like 20 mil, I think.
Yeah, I think last year was at like maybe like 24, 26.
Yeah, you gained a fuck ton this year. And it's probably because of multiple banger videos in a row. I watch Ludwig. Do you know Ludwig?
Mm-hmm.
Ludwig had a podcast with Mr. Beast recently, and he was stating that what did he say? He said something along the lines of like, oh, he spent over like millions of dollars on a video with Ludwig, and he completely scrapped it because he just didn't like it. Like that's the kind of, like, I'm not saying like day-to-day fucking people that, you know, you don't have to spend $1 million to get 1 million views or whatever. Like you don't have to do that.
Of course.
But it's the fact that he's like, okay, I don't like this video. I'm not even gonna post it because I just don't like it. But he spent over like $1 million to just even produce it. And then he's like, nah, fuck it. Not good. On to the next one. And I'm just like, how do you do that? Like, that's just insane to just, you know, throw $1 million and just be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, like he knows the algorithm, and he knows it so precisely well that it's just he got his success for a reason.
Oh yeah, no, he did. It definitely shows as well. So
it's like I remember I was watching clips of Ludwig, and when Mr. Beast flew him out.
The private jet. Yeah,
he's like, I feel like someone's bitch.
That was the video that he that he canceled. Yeah, he was like, nah, and Ludwig was like, oh, it's because I was there, huh? Being like a head ass and shit. But yeah, like that Ludwig Mr. Beast podcast was really good and very informational. So going back to the question earlier, I definitely think 2019 was like my most, it was like promising and also just rewarding and so many other things. And I try to go back to that as well, because I know I can do it. It's just like I just have to like figure out what I need to do. And that's the reason why I'm going back to doing like Minecraft stuff, because that was the stuff that like banged and I already have viewership there. And Minecraft is such a huge, it's like one of the top 5 games right now, and will forever probably be for like the next few years. So
yeah, like
unless they do something wrong. So
yeah, I mean, I highly doubt that, because it has a super strong community, like in the tens of millions for communities. and I've been watching it since like what 2010 when I first got into YouTube.
I forgot I used to watch Minecraft YouTubers too before they got weird. Anyways,
luckily the ones I watch, I don't think
we're not as bad. I think only Sky Does Minecraft was the only one that I didn't watch him religiously though, but I watched him every now and again because he played with other people that I liked, and that was probably the only reason why I ever really watched him.
I don't think anybody from I guess like the creatures, because I used to watch the Creature Days, and that's when
I don't think I watched the creatures, but
they consist like Uber Hexanova, Gassing Mexican, Spoonerism.
Right, I forgot about
part of that crew, and I used to watch them. So I don't think any of them. Yeah,
I don't think so. I think most of them either retired or they just stick to streaming now.
Yeah, I think I'm lucky that I went for that group and not for another group. And yeah, I would have been a target because I was young.
Bro. I was kind of in like the Sky Does Minecraft shit, but like I said, I didn't really watch him. I watch more like Bayesian Canadian, Jerome ASF, XRPMX13, like a bunch of those guys. And those are the people I only ever watched with Minecraft. Oh, well, and when KR Speedy and the crew were doing Minecraft is what I also watched, because I watched Crewcraft all the fucking time when that was around. Other than that, yeah, I didn't really watch other Minecraft YouTubers.
But since we're both in the whole YouTube universe, how do you feel about YouTube's system?
What do you like, age restriction and shit?
Just recent things, and what do you think should be implemented to get fixed to make it better? What would you do if you're a CEO? What would you fix right now?
I think age restriction for gaming YouTubers more than anything needs to have some sort of fix. I like the fact that they have the quiz thing where it's like, hey, like, you know, to make sure that it can actually get ads and stuff. But there's like other underlining things that they need to change, as in like they need to tell us at a specific time what is making age restriction, because Tuxie literally just had a video get age restricted. He has no fucking idea why. And that's like, I think that's the biggest thing too, because with me, I've been trying to post this try not to laugh video on my second channel, and it keeps getting age restricted and I have no idea why, and they won't tell me, and it keeps getting under review and I have no idea. I've cut like every swear word possible, every like meme that I thought was just like over the top and not okay to like standards, but like I need to know why. Give me a fucking timestamp so I can just cut the video out, or I can censor something so then it doesn't get age restricted. That is my biggest thing, and it's just, it's so annoying. Everything else YouTube is doing is fine, because I started streaming on YouTube recently and I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot more than Twitch, because there's actual notifications going out, but Twitch is a whole nother fucking thing I'll get into. But yeah, no, I think age restriction is just the biggest thing that they need to fix, as in like, just give us a timestamp. That's literally all we ask, because we'll cut it out. Like we're not going to be selfish and be pissed off. We just want to know why more than anything.
You want more transparency.
Yeah, I just want more transparency, because it's not like we get it. We understand, especially if you're a big YouTuber and your sole money is coming from YouTube. You want to know that shit, because as soon as you get age restricted, then we're fucked and we're not making any money.
Yep.
So, but I also understand YouTube's reasoning behind age restrictions and shit like that is because they're also trying to make money, and they're also trying to make it a more like family friendly, you know, website. And I understand, I get it. You know, we can't be like we used to be because there's more ads on YouTube. They're getting more money, whatever. Just be more transparent. That's all I ask. Because then we could just cut the shit out and then we don't have to worry about it. Like that's, I think that's what most YouTubers would want anyways. Like I don't think anybody would not want that, you know?
Yeah. So this is the idea I had. YouTube has YouTube Kids. Why can't they make like YouTube? Obviously not for adult content.
Well, that'd be like Pornhub, bro. What do you mean? I get what you mean. I know what you mean by that. Like having more adult friendly ads and shit like that.
But I guess like more like possibly on the lines of like alcohol stuff or whatever. Or
yeah, that's yeah.
But like
that's what I meant.
Have it like more towards like adults. Like obviously, if you want to be kind of a little bit more vulgar with your language,
right?
That don't get demonetized. Hey, since you could integrate a whole system for YouTube Kids, why can't you integrate a system for YouTube for adults?
I feel like the reasoning behind that is because they probably cater towards kids more than adults. And I think that's the biggest reason, is because more kids are on YouTube than probably adults are on a regular basis. That's the reason why, like, you know, Netflix has a kid section or whatever as well. I mean, YouTube was just doing the same thing because, you know, there's going to be, you know, more kids watching shit, especially unsupervised too. Like there's so many fucking iPad kids these days, like it's ridiculous. So I think that's the biggest reason why. It would be cool. I just don't see them ever doing it, just because there's more kids watching than adults, really.
Yeah, true. That was just the idea I had.
No, yeah, it's not a bad idea. I'm just, yeah.
Like it could just be a system where, like, once you put no, like once you mark your channel as no, this is not for content for content for kids.
Yeah,
you should automatically be part of this channel, where people who are either 18 plus, they could just put in, non-kid, no kid content, and then just put the email to verify they're 18, and then every channel who has no content for kids will be accessible.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things YouTube needs to fix. Like I don't think we're ever going to have a perfect system for any website that we put videos on or stream on. I know YouTube's trying their absolute fucking hardest to literally take Twitch out of the fucking out of the whatever, but
they added membership gifting, so it's like, that is,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
like that was like one of the bigger things that a lot of YouTube streamers wanted. And then now you've seen, I mean, like Myth isn't like a top like 10 streamer, but he's still pretty relevant enough to get a contract with YouTube. So like to have him and Lily Pichu both leave Twitch within the same week is fucking it just shows how far Twitch is going. And they're not trying, because when Ludwig left, they were like, they're like, all right, here's a contract for you, blah blah blah. And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go talk to YouTube and see what they have for me. And YouTube was like, all right, well, we'll give you this. And he was like, oh. And he has like less hours of stream, which is like way better, because Twitch, you had to fucking probably stream like well over like 150 to 200 hours a month, which is ridiculous. For Ludwig, he hasn't confirmed how many hours, but I guarantee you it's under like 80 hours in a month, which is pretty good. I would even say it's under 40 hours, if I'm being honest with you, which having just a 40-hour stream a month is fucking cake. Like, you could stream for like 3-4 days in a month and you'd be fine, and you're still getting your money. But he then went back to Twitch and was like, hey, YouTube, because the thing is that he was more going back to Twitch because that's where his primary like everything was. Like he uploads daily on YouTube and stuff like that, but like his audience was strictly Twitch, and Twitch was like, okay, have fun. It didn't even give him a second like chance or like a second fucking contract or anything. Like they didn't give a fuck, even though he's literally the most subscribed channel on Twitch ever, because of his sleep stream. He's done multiple things with Twitch, has done so many things for Twitch, and they're just like, nah, fuck you. And then he was like, fuck it, all right, I'm going to YouTube and I'm staying there then, fuck you guys. And I don't blame him, because Twitch doesn't give a fuck about their creators. They only give a fuck about the money, because they have no money. They are, for being a company with Amazon, they have no fucking money. And that's, I think, another big reason why Twitch is failing right now, is because they are getting no money in return. Yeah, because they're stupid as fuck. So
yeah, for me, like, I haven't streamed in a while, and it's just been like a little bit like demotivating, because of the whole aspect of just how Twitch acts. Yeah, and it's like there's no way for people who don't really have much of a following to get a following on Twitch unless you have a following elsewhere, somewhere else, TikTok, YouTube, you know, whatever. Like that's the other question from earlier, is that like people aren't trying enough. Like, if you're trying to grow a platform, you need to grow on platforms that you know you can actually grow on, like YouTube, TikTok. Like, I primarily try to focus on YouTube, and that's the reason why I do so much on my second channel, is because I know my second channel will grow, and my main channel is like my big project shit that I can just
upload once a month, and try to get a bunch of fucking views off of quality content. And then TikTok, I try to post on there, but I'll be fucking honest, it's kind of hard sometimes because our algorithm is either hit or fucking miss. But posting on TikTok is very good, and if you're trying to like actually succeed on YouTube or on Twitch, you need to either be working on YouTube or TikTok, because TikTok is not going to be around for very much longer. That's the big thing. TikTok will be around for like another 3 to 4 years, and then it's going to be gone like Vine. Like, it's going to happen, because that's just what happens with those type of, you know, apps and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, like they pay you like with 1 Iranian penny per 1,000
dude
views.
It's so TikTok, we won't get into like TikTok. Holy fuck, their payment system is dog cheeks. Like, and
even their integration, like let's say that even if you had like 5-10 million followers on TikTok, from them going from your TikTok to any other platform, it's such a low rate.
It is, if you like the biggest thing is that there's ways to do it without people, or like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's good ways to do it. It's just some people just haven't learned it, because I've seen people fucking blow up off of TikTok and then just blow up everywhere else. As in, like, do you know who Joe Bartolozzi is?
Yes.
He's a guy that gets mad at everything, right? Like, that's like his shit. Okay. So I don't know how he fucking did it, but like, he started blowing up on TikTok everywhere just for getting mad at shit. And then he started promoting like him streaming on Twitch. And then he literally averages 2,000 to 4,000 views on Twitch. And I'm just like, how the fuck? Because I've seen people grow on Twitch or on TikTok and only average like maybe 100 or like 200 to like 500 views, depending on what they're doing. And it's just, I think it's just a matter of like, really, I don't know. It could just be a personality thing where like everybody's like, because Joe's personality is fucking hilarious.
Yep.
That dude, like, he literally radiates fucking like just stupid chaos. Like, I have said this to Bree a million times. I'm like, Joe Bartolozzi is literally a Twitch chat in a human body. Like, that's what Joe Bartolozzi is, and it's fucking hilarious. I love it. I love watching his streams every now and again too. But that's what I mean, is like, I think there's ways to do it. It's just a little bit harder with TikTok, because so many people on TikTok have like so low, I wouldn't say IQ, but like, just what am I thinking? Fuck. They just, I don't know. They're not the smartest on TikTok.
Yeah, I have so many words, but I don't think it's good to say.
I don't think it's age appropriate to say the least. But they're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, I have an R word, I have an A word, I have a DS word.
Yeah, they're stupid. But yeah.
I've seen people post like TikToks, and in the description, the little caption, the bio part, whatever, it will say what happened in the video. And I see nothing but comments.
So
what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
Oh, the thing that pisses me off the most is like, they're like, it has a literal fucking caption on the video, and it's like one of those videos that is explaining a movie, and people are like, what movie is this? I'm like, it literally says right there, Thor Love and Thunder. Like, what the fuck are you? I'm like, oh my god. Like, I don't know if people are memeing or if they're actually being legit. Like, I hope they're memeing more than like actually being legit about it. But I don't know. I don't know about TikTok.
They are legit, because
I think they are too.
I go through TikTok a lot, and it will be right in the caption. It'll be a person getting arrested, and then the caption says, "I'm okay, guys. I was detained and I went home." All the comments. Did he get arrested? Was he? Where did he go? How many days?
Yeah, people just
how much is bail?
Common sense. They don't have fucking common sense on TikTok. That's the words I was looking for earlier. They have no common sense whatsoever. I think I've said this a million times. I feel like this generation has not learned what common sense is, because I just feel like they've all been cooped up in their fucking house for like however long. And I don't even think that's because of COVID. I just think it's because that's just how people are nowadays. I don't blame them. I don't fucking go outside, but at least I have common sense. Like, it's not hard. It's really not.
Yeah. I'm just getting like Vietnam War flashbacks from just thinking about TikTok. But
TikTok is just hell.
Ashdog, how do you got the name?
You're gonna laugh about this. I want you to understand this, because it is the most like racially profiling thing I could probably ever talk about. So my My dad, when he was actually around, right, had a best friend who was black. Okay. And every single time I went over to his house, he would be like, Ashdog, like the most, like, think about the most like Southern black man, big, like fucking like just giant black dude, brawly motherfucker. Okay. And he is calling me Ashdog, but like the way he says it is that like very fucking like powerful. Yes. Like very powerful black man status type shit. And I was just like, I fuck with this. And every single time he like every single time I went over to his house, that's what he would call me. And that's what like weirdly enough, it's like, that's what my dad used to call me a lot too. But it was like one of those nicknames that I just kept with forever. I don't know why, but I just did. And it was just one of those things. But I just liked it. It was just one of those is stupid fucking nickname that I had growing up. And that's, yeah, it was, yeah.
I mean, you know, it's definitely better than what I first came up for this channel.
What was it?
I like chicken.
Bro, talk about racially profiling, dog. Motherfuckers, everybody that came into this were like, this motherfucker, yeah, I knew it. Saw your face, I knew it. Understood. At least it wasn't fried chicken. At least it was just chicken. You know, you might as well have gotten the whole package. You'd gone with watermelon and fucking Kool-Aid too while you're at it, Rick. What the fuck?
Because I remember when I first got my PS3, I wanted a placeholder until I got one, because my initial one was gonna be super Puerto Rican, and I didn't want to go for a real Puerto Rican one. Because my Yahoo, this is back when like, I used to pull bitches with Yahoo Instant Messenger. So this is like way back then, and with I had this bad boy right here.
Oh my god, I haven't seen one of those in forever. I used to have one too. I think I had like that exact color too.
Well, my name used to be Macho Power.
That's not bad.
Yeah, every Puerto Rican always had, yeah. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me just put I like chicken for now, and then I'll think of a better name for my PSN. But I didn't know that once you submit a PSN, it's there forever. Just before you could change it.
Yeah, I mean, you could go and make a million different profiles and stuff and still be able to play online, but you could never change your fucking name, which was so dumb.
Yeah, because I already had a whole bunch of save data, and I was too lazy to do the whole exchange and put it on the cloud and whatever. So I kept it for, I think, like 7 years. And then I would just like think about names, what can I do? I love the Japanese culture. I'm on mic, you have a little talisman here.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm like, I love the Japanese culture. What can I do? What can I do? I'm like, oh, Senpapi. But yeah, I was gonna be I like chicken. This channel was I like chicken for the longest.
That's so funny. Well, I mean, I don't know what's worse, that or fucking Ashdog the Great, because that was my other channel for the longest time. You can't even find it. I think you can find my buddies like videos, but you can't find my old channel anymore because I completely fucking erased that bitch. I was like,
I mean, that's not bad. Ashdog the Great.
No, but it's like one of those like cringy, hey, I'm fucking 14 years old type name. And I was just like, nah, I can't do that. Like, it was just, I don't know why I added the Great either, because my old gamer tag was just my football number. It just used to be Ashdog077. And that's what I used to be on my PlayStation, was that. And then I changed it to Ashdog the Great. And I have no idea why I ever came up with the Great. Like the Great Khalid or some shit like that.
I was literally thinking about Great Khalid.
And it could have been that, because I used to watch WWE all the time too back in the day. So I don't know. It might have been because of that. I don't remember though.
A wrestler.
That's hard. Do you understand how fucking hard that is? Because I grew up in the generation of like all fucking elite wrestlers, like Triple H, HBK, fucking Randy Orton, John Cena. Fucking, I was in like the Stone Cold Steve Austin era. Fucking The Rock.
And top 5. Can you do a top 5?
Yeah. Randy Orton is definitely up there. I fucking love that man so goddamn much. Literally, I was doing that shit in my fucking shower every fucking day. And same with Triple H. I was doing his fucking spit shine shit fucking in the shower.
Yes.
I was like doing that bitch in the shower and shit, dude. Yeah, no, I was doing that.
Yeah, my mom has Randy a lot Orton, of mold on her ceiling.
John Cena is definitely up there just because, I mean, dude's a fucking, yeah, bro, I used to be doing that shit all the time. He's just one of those dudes. Like John Cena, I think could be number 1 just because like he's had a lot of impact, just not out of WWE, but like in the movie verse recently too. He's been doing a lot of fucking shit. The Rock, I think, is definitely up there just because how can you not like The Rock?
Exactly.
Like that
it's
dude
about
is
drive,
literally
it's about power.
No, not even the memes. It's literally just like that motherfucker, like any room that he is in, it just exerts all the fucking energy. Like you fucking know The Rock is there because you can just tell. I think DX was also my favorite fucking, I was doing I got in trouble one time doing that shit.
Me too. I got suspended.
So I don't know. There's just so many because I used to play WWE SmackDown versus Raw. Like I burnt the fuck out of that CD because I played it so much because I kept playing like the Road to WrestleMania shit like every day, and I just kept doing different wrestlers each time. And did you ever play like the really old ones on the PlayStation 2?
Mm-hmm.
There's a
which one?
This is where
I have SmackDown versus Raw. I have everything into 2010.
I don't remember which one it was, but I remember it being on the PlayStation 2. And I think this is when they first started doing like careers. Like you would pick a wrestler and then you would do the same, like it was the same career, but with a different wrestler, basically. So like you would do matches and then you would go in the back and then you would fight whoever, like whatever, person you had to fight during that. Like in the back rooms, and there was one specifically I remember, which was in the locker room, and the best part was one of the fucking divas was only had a towel on, so I would always want to play it just so I could see some biddies, and I was like, God, I was such a little horny little fuck when I was younger. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I used to play that shit all the time. It's hard to have a top 5 though, because I have so many memories of like so many fucking WWE superstars, like Edge. Oh my god, I fucking love Edge. Every single time
his theme
just go, you hear that shit, you're like, yes. And then like Batista when he was around was fire, because then you would just be doing this shit and yeah. No, I used to be a huge WWE nerd back in the day, but now it's not even the fucking same anymore. And I'm like, I can't be watching this shit. Now we got Logan Paul in this bitch. Like, what the fuck is going on now? But Logan Paul, it's pretty. His fucking WrestleMania shit was kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie.
And I saw part of it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So I don't know. I used to be a big WWE nerd back in the day. It was fun. It's just not the same anymore.
Yeah, I was the same way. But the game was called Day of Reckoning, which was a GameCube game.
The fuck?
It was a GameCube WWE game. This is before SmackDown vs. Raw, or even back when it was just Raw. It was called Day of Reckoning. It had like Eddie Guerrero, had The Rock, Stone Cold, Mankind. It had the roster was humongous, and it had the divas, and they actually had bra panty matches. And
my god, I forgot about that shit, dude. I forgot all about that. Yeah, because they even had it some in the WWE games too. At least early on.
Yep.
Yeah, very early on ones. I remember.
And my horny ass 8-year-old self would just play the Day of Reckoning in my bedroom by myself, knowing whenever my sister was in school, because I was suspended for.
Oh god.
Do you remember those? I think it was like early YouTube with what was it called? You ain't got no pancake mix.
Yeah.
So I told my counselor, you ain't got no pancake mix, and started doing the DX.
Oh my god.
And he was an older African dude. He was, what you doing? Come here. What you doing? I'm like, suck it. Come here. He said, boy, come here. And I got suspended.
That's so funny.
So I spent my days just playing brawl penny matches when mom was at work and my dad was at work.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But my wrestling, I love wrestling back in the days. I stopped after 2010. I just stopped because it turned too soap opera-y.
I think after I can't remember when I stopped watching. I would say like 2013. I think when John Cena had first left is when I was like, okay, I'm kind of done watching this shit. Because then I was starting to watch like TNA Impact and shit. Did you ever play the TNA game?
Mm-mm.
Dude, that game fucking slapped. I'm not gonna lie, because my favorite character was what the fuck was his name? I just remembered it too. I want to say Suicide. No, what was his fucking name? He had the mask. He was all covered up, had the red mask, and had like a skull in the front. Apparently he was like Dude, what was his fucking name? Because oh, it was AJ Styles. AJ Styles is fucking other persona, I think.
I don't know what AJ Styles
persona. AJ Styles. I thought it was AJ Styles. AJ Styles, other person. No, fuck. What was his? I swear to God, he was AJ Styles because that's when he first started like coming into TNA. But I could be wrong about that. Suicide. Fuck. TNA Impact. Maybe. Oh yeah, it is Suicide. Yeah, his name was Suicide. He's fucking fire. I fucking love that guy. Who was Suicide? Sorry, I'm baffled right now because I can't remember who.
Oh, good.
Who was Suicide? That sounds really weird. Fuck, can I
suicidal? Spell? Me, mom.
No, I don't need a lifeline, motherfucker. Used by multiple person. Oh, it was multiple wrestlers in Impact Wrestling. Oh, who was original Suicide? Changed to Manic using a slightly what? Okay, maybe I was wrong about AJ Styles being sued. Wait, was AJ Styles? Fuck, I don't care anymore. Maybe it was. Who cares? I don't give a fuck anymore. But yeah, Suicide was like one of my favorite ones because he was just like really badass and like super high flying motherfucker. Like, you remind me of Rey Mysterio on crack. Like that's how I would remind myself of that guy. So, but yeah, TNA Impact was cool as fuck, and then they sucked because Kurt Angle went back to the WWE.
Yep. Now don't we have what, AEW? That's a new one.
Dude, I tried to start watching that because a lot of people were like, "Yo, if you really fucked with WWE, fuck with AEW way more because it's more like what old WWE used to be type shit." And now CM Punk is there, and I'm like, oh well, like CM Punk, he's like a hit or miss kind of wrestler for me. So, but I don't know. I think the AEW is pretty cool, but I couldn't get into it. I think it's because I'm just getting old now. I miss the old days.
Yeah, I think what the combination with AEW is the fact that they're still a little bit too amateur. So people are getting injured more often. And I guess they allow a little bit too much of improv. Because I think the CEO was like the son of like a billionaire.
WWF. He's an old WWF motherfucker. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I know. I think I think the person who has the money was part of WWF. But the person who's running it is the son who used to work for WWF. So he's a billionaire.
Oh, okay.
The father is a billionaire. So the father's like, here's money and just have fun. So it's like, since this is kind of a younger kid compared to obviously Vince McMahon, he's just, I guess, into green lighting anything and just allowing people just to kind of like improv and do this and that. And people getting injured. People already had like neck injuries and back injuries, and it's it gives you the vibe of like WWE back then, or even WWF back then, but it's like a little bit too experimental and too freedom, where it's kind of like hurting ratings and making people not want to watch it much. Even though they have a great amount of people from WWE that actually came over. Yeah, but
I think Chris Jericho's there.
Yep, there's a lot of
Chris Jericho's another person I really fucked with,
and the Hardy brothers are there too.
What? I didn't know that. I knew Matt was there, but I didn't know if Jeff was. Wow. But didn't Jeff get hurt again? Don't those motherfuckers just get hurt all the fucking time? Like, you see them for like 2 months, you're like, damn, hurt my back. Did too many swantons. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Did too many of these shits and then jumped off somewhere. Like, what the fuck?
And then me back.
God damn it. Yeah, dude, that was another person I really fucking liked watching was Jeff. Jeff Hardy was so fun to watch.
My mom had a huge crush on him. Humongous. And now Matt Hardy is like part Spanish now. He married a Puerto Rican girl.
Oh yeah, dude, she's all over fucking TikTok. I keep getting her TikToks. I'm like, who the fuck? And then I see Matt. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? How the fuck did this happen?
I'm like, okay, wepa. I'm like, okay, this little gringo has a little bit of seasoning now. Okay, I see you. I miss wrestling. I miss those days.
I did too. It was definitely a simpler time, that's for sure.
What was your introduction to gaming?
Oh, introduction to gaming.
What was the first game, first console, first experience?
The fondest memory I have is my mother's like ex-boyfriend, well, like boyfriend at the time, was like super into like gaming related stuff. And like I knew my dad was, but like my dad was off and on for God knows how long when I was younger. But I remember going over to my mother's ex-boyfriend's house, and he had a PlayStation 1. This is when like PS1 was around. And I can't remember the exact game I played, but the biggest one I remember was Twisted Metal. I played Twisted Metal a fuck ton. And I mean like an absolute ass ton. Like using Sweet Tooth, Axel, fucking going around just being a bitch to everybody, and it was so fun. And I think Twisted Metal was definitely like one of the first games I really got into when I was younger, which is weird because I was like, shit, I don't know, like 5, but that game was fucking like hardcore rated R type shit sometimes, especially if you were Sweet Tooth, hearing like his laughs and shit. Like that was like my fondest memory was Twisted Metal. And then I more so got into like Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront. I used to play Star Wars Battlefront a lot. Like I'm talking like early good Star Wars Battlefront on like PlayStation 2 fucking type shit. Like I'm talking like that was actually fun, but I was going against bots all the time. Like I never played, I don't think they even had like an online system for that game until like the second one, I think.
Yeah, but they added, I think very late PS2 era, they added like an online service, which I never
played
did it.
Madden. I fucking played Madden on PS2 back in the day. It was so hard. You had to get like some weird like card. You had to like do some other like doohickey shit in order to like play online. It was so weird.
Yeah, I didn't want to figure it out. I was too broke and too stupid.
Yeah, I mean I was too. I don't know how I managed to do it. I don't remember. I think my stepdad helped me with that, but it was fun.
I think there was a Metal Gear Solid 3 online type of thing that they had. But I think there was an option for Metal Gear 3 online, which was like a kind of like a Call of Duty. It was like 5v5. You pick your own character, so you could be like either Solid Snake, or you could be like or Eva, Eve, whatever the fuck her name was, Ocelot, and then you just go against each other like a team deathmatch.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know they had that.
I never played it. I heard of it.
That's fair. Yeah, for me it was Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal was like my first. There was this other game, and I think it was like it wasn't like a very popular game. It was like almost like a racing game, but I don't know. It almost reminded me of like Star Wars racing game, but it wasn't. I think it was like P1 or some shit. Was it P1? I don't remember. P1 game. Not F1, P1 game.
Are you a fan of like skate games?
Funny enough, I only ever played Skate 3 like 2 years ago.
Okay, because the part that blew my mind was Metal Gear Solid 2. Like there's a special edition Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah,
has a skate aspect to it, and it's also online. Yeah, it's also online. So you can play. You can play Raiden. And he's in the skating rink.
What? That seems fun though. Oh, I also played Tony Hawk Pro Skater a lot too. That was another one I played. I played a lot of that because I always played on a specific map because I was so bad at it that I couldn't. I think that's the reason why I never got into skate, because I always played Tony Hawk Pro Skater and I was like dog shit at it, so I just never played skate before. But then I played it like, I think I played it 2 years ago on my Xbox 360 for like the first time, and I had a fucking blast. And then I never played it again. But still, I had I had fun when I played it.
Yeah, like you could see the image. You're actually grinding as Snake or as Raiden.
That's so funny.
And it was online.
That's so good.
You could go, you could go against people to do oh my god. Oh my, the avatar. Look at the avatar.
Holy shit. That's so funny.
That's disturbing. I just got nightmares.
I can't think. I don't remember anything else either. I think it was literally just Twisted Metal, and then I started just playing COD every day because I was just a big COD guy.
Other than Stray, what has been a game that you enjoy thoroughly, I guess, recently?
Well, I played God of War for the first time, like the 2018 one, like a few months back. I can't remember. Maybe that was like February. It was somewhere around that time. And that was the first time I ever played God of War. And I fucking love that game.
Like period, or you played the other ones?
No, so it was funny because my stepfather used to play God of War all the time, like the ones on the PlayStation, and he would never let me watch because there was titties. And first of all, I was like 15, 16. I'm like, dog, I've seen titties, trust me. But yeah, he wouldn't let me fucking watch him play it, which I thought was just fucking dumb. But I've seen a lot of gameplay of the games prior, and I was already kind of a big fan just because Greek mythology is like a huge thing that I fucking love. Something I've always been interested in. And then I've seen people play the games a million times. But yeah, I touched God of War 1. Funny enough, I own all 3 of the fucking old games for PlayStation 2 because I have it all in my closet because I ended up buying them recently. But no, I never really played all the other ones, so this one was kind of newer to me, but I would like this one more anyways because of the open world aspect and just more like up-to-date third person rather than like you're a fucking mile out above fucking Kratos type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that game is I'm kind of mad at myself for waiting so long to play the game, but I'm glad I waited. Because then I don't have to wait as long as everybody else fucking does for the second one. So, yeah, it was a really good game. That game was awesome, and I want to go play it again for sure because I kind of rushed through it, and I wish I didn't. But people are like, you're not gonna beat the game.
There's a lot of side stuff.
Game. Yeah, and then all the Valkyries too, and I was like, I don't know if I want to hate myself, so I don't know if I'll do that.
Again, Vietnam War.
Pain, just pain.
I got the game, I pre-ordered it, and I did all the Valkyries, and
I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, because I tried because there's a part like that's kind of connected with the main mission where you like go down in the elevator and you see the Valkyrie for like the first time and they're like, that's a Valkyrie, and I'm like, yeah, I'll try this once, and if I die instantly, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I go in there, I'm like, oh, this shit mad easy, bro. I hit her a few times, I'm like, oh, you guys were tripping, and then she did some fucking crazy shit. I was like, I'm out, peace. I'm like, I'm never doing this shit. You got me fucked up. Y'all gonna give me subs to do this shit.
I think there's 6 in total for Valkyries, and then the Queen.
Right. Yeah, and then the Queen, which is even like a million times fucking harder. When the game first came out, I had a PlayStation and everything connected into my San Diego apartment, and a buddy of mine came over and just played it. Like he just was like, hey, you mind if I play this? I was like, sure, I don't give a fuck, go for it. And I sat on the couch and watched him try to beat a Valkyrie for like 6 hours. I was like, bro, it doesn't seem like I'm gonna get this, huh? I don't think he even beat it. I think he had to go fucking home because he was so fucking mad. He just gave up. He said, fuck this shit.
After, I think, 1 broken table, 2 broken controllers,
oh my god,
and a cracked phone, I managed to beat the Queen Valkyrie at hard mode.
Jesus Christ.
Because as you progress in the game, when the first launches, once they see that you're actually adequate in the game,
yeah,
they will give you like, hey, do you want to up the difficulty because it seems like it's too easy for you. And I was like halfway in, you know what, fuck it, let me do it. I already had everything, maxed out gear, I was going through everything. If I see the passage is straight, I'll go right, explore the whole entire right side, then go left, do everything on the left side, do all the side quests, and then go straight. Yeah. So it took me maybe 200 hours to beat the game.
Oh yeah.
By the time I got to the Valkyries, I was already like a fucking tank. And
you still struggled.
I struggled hard
and still died
because the Queen, because every single Valkyrie has their own special ability. Like they have their own move sets.
The Queen has all of them. Yeah, fucking course she does. Yeah, no, you got me fucked up. Yeah, people during that time were like, yeah, you should do it, Ash. Like you should fight all the Valkyries on stream one time, and like every single time you like die, you take a shot. I'm like, no, I die IRL, bro. I was like, maybe every 3 deaths, or if it gets even fucking worse, maybe every 10. Like, no, I'm good. You got me fucked up.
I want to keep my career because when I get pissed off, certain words be said, and the call of the gamer comes out of me, and me going up in the hood, and I want people to know Senpapi, not Rick. And Rick is a different demon.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm gonna be doing a Cuphead challenge soon, and I'm not ready for that. So, because I've played Cuphead once and I did pretty well, but I was trying to do a challenge that Puffer set on me for like, I don't remember how many gifts he said he would give me, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then I was getting so fucking frustrated and pissed off because I was stuck at like this one platformer part and I just kept fucking it up by like milliseconds of the level ending. And I was getting so mad. And it eventually came to the point where I was like, nah, fuck this shit. And I just ended stream. So I'm not ready for that one. But fuck, man, I love Cuphead. I love watching it. And the fucking music in that game is goddamn.
The music, the aesthetics. It's a gorgeous looking game. I love the art style.
Yes, it's very good. I love it.
And for God of War, I got introduced to it when it first came out.
Yeah,
by my grandfather. My grandfather's a gamer.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
He retired about 8 years ago. He moved to Florida, and now all he does is play games. That's all he does.
Shit, I don't blame him. I would too. I'll be playing fucking video games until I'm dead. I swear. And
I remember back when he used to live here in Jersey, he had me play God of War. And the very initial intro is straight titties.
Yeah.
And I'm like 7 years old. I'm like looking at my grandfather. I'm like, he like, just interact. And then
interact with the titties.
The sex scene. And my mom walked in, and my mom was like, well, what you making him play? He needs to learn. He needs to learn. All right, let him be a man. Let him be a man. He's 7. He's a growing boy. He's a growing boy. Let him be.
Growing boy at 7. Your grandfather was just a savage. Yeah, that's all he was.
Ever since then, I knew I didn't want to play with no more Power Ranger toys. I wanted something else.
Yeah, other toys. Yeah, I get it. Before he walked in, I was confused.
But you used to stream on Twitch. What was the major reason why you switched to YouTube?
Well, if you want the real actual reason, it's more or less that competing with everybody on Twitch is fucking ass. As in, like, it's a mixture of what we talked about earlier, which was like using other platforms and everything to grow off on another platform is the way to go. But when you're in the same community that manages to do literally everything at the exact same time, and you have bigger friends that are bigger than you, and I'm not mad at anybody, okay? Like, it's not like I'm making an excuse or anything like that. It was literally a realization that, the other people in the community are going to get more views because they are bigger. Like, that's the thing. Like, people are going to want to go watch them more than me, and that's fine. Like, I don't blame them. I do the same shit. Like, that's just a human thing to fucking do sometimes, is that you prefer other people over others, and that's fine. So it just became a struggle of like competing with friends, and I just didn't want to do it because I knew that growing on Twitch is extremely fucking hard. So it's a very saturated website, and so is YouTube, but at least YouTube has some way of recommended, or some sort of source to actually be like, hey, this person is streaming and here's an actual notification. Because that was the other thing too, is that Twitch's notifications are like fucking dog shit. Now, granted, YouTube's are as well, but they're at least a little bit more manageable and stuff like that. And Twitch just doesn't give a fuck. Like, they literally, I saw, this was a few months ago, I saw somebody say that they got an email from Twitch saying, hey, we're going to be taking these notifications away from this person that you follow because you haven't watched them in such and such time. Like, that's a literal thing. Like, YouTube, Twitch has that as a thing on their website, which is dumb. And people are like, oh, well, that shouldn't be a problem. Like, if you follow them, you'll know when they're live. But that's not the fucking case. Like, there's people that have lives. There's people every day that fucking work. Like, yes, Twitch is our job, but the people that are watching us because of our job actually have a fucking physical life. They can't be there every fucking stream. And that was another underlining thing that really pissed me off. And I was just like, well, so if somebody just doesn't watch my stream for like, I don't know, 3 times in a row, but they're like still, fans and want to know when I go live, that would be nice. Like, there's a literal fucking option for notifications. You can turn them the fuck off. Like, it's not hard. You can go onto your phone settings and turn them the fuck off. Like, I don't know why Twitch, was like, let's just fuck these guys over and just not at all give them notifications regardless. And that was something else that it just pissed me off. And then it was just like, it was competing with people. Twitch just not doing anything right. They're trying to take a bunch of shit away from creators, and there was just a bunch of shit. And it was just annoying. Like, there's no point of even being a fucking what's it called? Verified streamer, or like partner. Sorry. Yeah. There's no point of being a fucking partner on Twitch. Like, people are like, yes, I want to be a partner, but like, the only difference about being a partner and affiliate is like quality, and that's really fucking it. Like, that's the only good thing about it. Oh, and you get a fancy little badge, woo. But like, that's the only thing is and there's nothing else. So it got to a point where I was like fed up. I had a stream that was doing complete fucking dog shit. No one else was streaming, and I just, it came to a realization that like Twitch is just not something I want to fucking grow on anymore, because I was streaming quite a bit on Twitch. I was doing everything that everybody's telling me to do, and then nothing's coming out of it. And I was like, okay, so then it's either a Twitch problem or it's a me problem. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try YouTube and see how that goes. And then I tried YouTube streaming, I want to say like 4 months ago or something around there. I did it for like, I did like 5 or 6 streams. I was like, okay, this is cool. But then I was like, fuck, I need to go back to Twitch, because Twitch is making me a little bit more money. And then I did that for a month, and I was like, nah, fuck this shit. Like, nothing is coming out of this shit for me. So I went to YouTube, and within like my first stream, I did a sleep stream, which I've done sleep streams like a million fucking times, and they would do well. On Twitch, I'd get like 200 viewers, and then the first one on YouTube, I had like 600 viewers. And I was like, okay, well, that's a huge fucking difference. And I was like, all right, I'm sticking to YouTube. I get paid on all in one platform, and I'm fine with that. So that was like the biggest thing, is just competing with others, and just Twitch not doing anything for the creators whatsoever.
Yeah, and I know you went live like basically every other day, and I would get maybe 60% notification. Yeah, 40% I would never get it.
Oh no.
And
you're also one of those people that I had brought up when having conversations with my friends. I was like someone like Rick, who I know 90% of the time is in my streams, or is off doing something fucking else. Like, I know he's usually in my streams, but he has told me countless fucking times that he has never gotten a notification, and that most of the time he just sees that I'm live on the sidebar, because that's the only way to be able to see it. Yep. And I've gotten that not just from you, but from like countless other fucking people on Twitch. And a small part of me thinks that the reason why is because I've gotten so many I've gotten botted so many times on my Twitch channel that I feel like most of those notifications are just going to the bots, and it's just ridiculous.
Maybe they shadowed you. Yeah, they probably, because they probably detected bots.
Yeah,
maybe shadowed you.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I think that. And it has nothing, like, I've tried, like, most of the times when I get follow botted on Twitch, it's because I was playing fucking Minecraft, and then it would just like, I would just get an influx of fucking followers, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then it would just be like that for like 10 minutes, and I would gain like, there was one time I gained like 20,000 followers, and I had to go back and use a bot that was made by some fucking guy that wasn't even with Twitch. He just made it because there were so many influx Twitch follower bots, and there was times that I lost a fuck ton of followers because I had to block all the other bots. And that's the really annoying thing about Twitch as well. I don't think it's much of an issue as it used to be, but it definitely was a pretty bad thing back then. So
yeah, and I don't know, it's a weird system. And I always watch your streams. I always having a sidebar whenever I edit whatever. Yeah, and I don't know, I think about doing some probably YouTube streaming, because it's like,
it's not bad.
I'm feeling the same with Twitch. It's like, last time I streamed, obviously my channel is different and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, it's just, it wasn't the same. Like, when I first started streaming, it was a whole different environment. Now it's like, I feel like I'm just being like outcasted, because it's just, it's weird.
it's definitely a saturated website more than anything as well, and I think that's another big thing. And I think that's also another reason why a lot of people are trying to go to YouTube to stream, which I don't really blame them at this point. But I also feel like a lot of people that are switching over to YouTube don't have like I don't think it really fucking matters, because it used to be really bad to stream on YouTube. But now it doesn't matter as much. And I don't know. I think YouTube is doing a lot more than what Twitch is in terms of like actually trying to make their streaming platform a little bit better, and Twitch just seems to be going in the opposite direction. So, which sucks, because I'm a huge fan of Twitch. I love the environment of Twitch and the chat and emotes and all that kind of shit. And it sucks, but you know, I'm kind of just at my wit's end. I'm just like, fuck this. I'm over it.
Do you have any special talents that you haven't showcased on?
I ain't got no talents, dog.
Can you play guitar? Don't. Can you play drums?
I have a guitar.
Can you sing?
I have a guitar. Can't even play it. You know what's funny? McNasty gave me that guitar.
Oh.
Yeah, he gave me it for free, and he's like, if I give you this guitar, you have to learn it. I'm like, I'll learn it one day. Because he wasn't gonna sell it, and he didn't. It wasn't like worth like a fuck ton. It was just like a baby early learning guitar for him, and he just gave it to me randomly. So, which I didn't expect. I was like, what the fuck? It showed up in my house, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I forgot all about it. But yeah, no, I have no talents.
You can't sing. Can you?
Nope.
Not okay. So you're like me. Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah,
so.
I ain't got shit, dog. At least not something I have tried. I think that's a problem with me, is that I'm hard stuck trying to do YouTube content, and that's really it right now. And then eventually, you know, when I become a millionaire and successful, I'll try and dabble into some actual hobbies, because YouTube used to be my hobby until it became my job. So that's literally what happened to me.
Yep. Okay. And I guess how do you meet the guys, like that, your friend group? How do you met Simple? How do you met Grizzy? How do you met McNasty? Well, how do you met everybody? Tuxie.
It all comes down to Matt, really, because I met Matt through Ty Wittes, because Ty and I were extremely close friends, and Blarg. Ty told me about Matt because Matt was friends with Smitty, and I think at that time that's when Ty was low-key working with Smitty and nobody knew. I think I could talk about that, because I think he is now known as Smitty's editor. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a known fact. Smitty's tweeted about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Ty told me about Matt, and then Ty and I and Durgy played PUBG together, and then we had like an awesome first time playing PUBG together, and it was like a really funny ass session. And then after that, I want to say I met Droid. I think it was Droid. I'm pretty sure it was Droid. And then we all, like, PUBG was like the big thing at the time, so we were playing PUBG like all the time, fucking around, having a good time with that. So I met Droid, we played a few times, and then I think Matt invited Grizzy one time for us to play together, and then that happened. So like Matt was like the fucking middle guy that basically knew everybody. I think Durgy actually invited Droid. It was weird because like everybody at the time was just like 2K follower Andes on Twitter or less, like, and it was just weird. But it's weird to think about now, because all these motherfuckers are fucking massive now, which deep down inside, for the longest time, I knew that the group was going to succeed. I just didn't know when, because you could just tell, and everybody's like, you could just tell. But yeah, then Grizzy and I became really close friends. We started playing Siege. And then the way I met Tuxie was fucking hilarious. I don't remember who set up that session. I don't know who it was, but like we were friends with Buffy because Grizzy was friends with like Buffy, and all those like EU guys. So then we started like randomly playing games with him, and then they invited Tuxie to come play with us, and Tuxie, just being like the most Tuxie thing you could think of, started doing like Asian accents, Buffy called up a fucking like Asian restaurant because he was hungry, and Tuxie was just like mocking the fuck out of, like, he was like pretending to be the Asian lady on the other end, and it was the funniest shit in the fucking world. So that's how I met Tuxie. And then, like, I don't know, it was all like everybody just like was slowly just coming together, and then we all just started playing Siege together on a regular basis, and then just became really close friends after that. But it was weird to think about, because I always try to think of like how I remember everybody. So, but yeah, Tuxie was probably the more dominant one because of what the fuck he was doing, because we were just playing Fortnite and he was just mocking an Asian lady the entire time. This is the funniest shit. I think there's a clip on my Twitch channel somewhere of the first time I was playing, because I was streaming during that time, because that was a time I met Tuxie at a weird time, because that was when I was moving to San Diego. Like, literally at my last stream at my old house before I moved to San Diego, I met Tuxie. And then Tuxie and I didn't play for like 2 or 3 months because I was moving and doing a whole bunch of shit. And then now Tuxie and I are like literal best fucking friends. So yeah, it was just a mutual, Matt was like the sole person that really got everybody together. And then I met like McNasty, Do, and all them. I don't even know how. I think it was because of Jay. I think Jay was the reason, because then there was a good time that we were all playing World War II when World War II was out. Everybody was fucking playing it. And we started playing with Jay and Smitty and those guys. And then Jay like introduced Do later on to like Siege. And then I don't know how McNasty got into the mix, to be honest. I think he was just friends with people, and then he just started playing with us too. So I don't know. It's a fucking wide variety of fucking people, that's for sure.
All right. So right now you do gaming. Yeah. If you, like, for example, 5 to 10 years down the line from now, do you ever think about doing any other type of content, like vlogs maybe, yes, or exploring, touring, or
vlogs is a big one I want to do. It's something I've made a few vlogs on my channel. I think it's this channel. It's either this channel or the old channel. I went to like New York City and vlogged, and then went to, there was another place I can't remember where, but yeah, I vlogged those experiences, and I had a fucking blast. And I wish I vlogged when I was in Texas back in December, because that would have been really fun, but I didn't want to put a camera in front of everybody. I don't know. I was like, this is a vacation. Like, I'm not trying to put a fucking camera in front of everybody and be that kind of fucking guy. Like, if we were all on a trip, then I would do it. But since it was like me just going down to Texas and going to like Grizzy, Pezzy, and Droid's house and just sleeping there, yeah, I just didn't want to put a fucking camera. I was like, we can all do a stream, but I don't want to be that guy. But vlog content is definitely one of those things, because I really want to fucking travel the world and just explore. And I think vlogging is just a really fun experience, something to like, you can hold as a memory, but also make money off of. so I think vlogging is definitely one of those things I really want to fucking do later on.
Dream country.
It's either Japan or Greece, one of the two, because I really want to go to Greece. But Japan is definitely top. It's like tied with Greece, but I think Japan is probably going to win a little bit more, because I've enjoyed a lot more Japanese culture than Greece culture. But still, definitely the two things I want to go see.
This is why I love you. I knew when I first saw your video, like, I love this guy, and because those two are the two places I want to go to. Like, my honeymoon is 1,010% going to be Santorini, Greece.
Yes,
that is like my dream place to go to. Japan
is easy though. Like, Japan is just like, yeah, no shit. But like, to throw a curveball, definitely Greece. Greece is definitely one of those places.
Like, I'm not sure you could tell, but obviously you got my talisman. You know, you can see my little Goku thing I have here, because I met Sean Shamel.
Oh, really? That's cool. That's awesome.
I was what? When I met Sean Shamel, I tried my best to show that I wasn't, like fangirling. Yeah, so I was in line, and this was an Anime NYC, the convention. Yeah. So I'm in line, I see him, and I'm a little bit hyperventilating. I'm like, Because I'm a big fan of him. You know, I love Lucario. That's my favorite Pokemon of all time. You know, Goku growing up, and obviously my character is based off of, you know, Metal Gear and Goku.
Dude, that's awesome.
I saw him, and I'm just hyperventilating, and I saw the little thing. You know, it was $40 for autograph, $40 for photos, or $60 for both. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna do both. And it was my turn. Super humble guy, super genuine, wholesome dude. And awesome. I remember it was like in front of me was a mother and 3 kids. He legitimately spent 10 minutes talking with them.
That's awesome.
He pulled the kids to the side, he pulled the mother to the side, and just started having conversations with them. And like, he's just genuine.
Yeah.
And I started talking with him, and I started showing like I have my own artist. She's also Japanese, and she's the one who's in charge of my art. Right. And she did like, you know, like me as Goku, or me as, you know, Snake and Goku. He loved the art, and we're just talking. He was talking about he has his own YouTube channel. He also streams on Twitch, and we were just talking, and it was fun to the part where get the picture.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, just hand the guy right there the phone so we could take a picture. So this whole entire time I had this hard exterior, just being cool, whatever. But it was time for me to hand the phone. My dumb ass was like this. Here. Yeah.
That's so funny.
And the security guy was just laughing, and he took the picture, and he said, all right, here's your phone. I'm like, thank you. And I try to put my phone away.
Oh, that's so funny.
The entire time I'm like shaking. I'm like thank you. And I put my phone in my jacket pocket.
Oh, that's so good. I feel like that's how it would be with Steve Blum, so I understand. I want to meet that guy so fucking bad.
And Steve Blum is the person who does what?
Spike, Tank Dempsey from Call of Duty Zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play Valorant?
No, I always wanted to, but no one ever wanted to play with me with that.
Okay, that's fair. He plays Brimstone in Valorant. He's played like Orochimaru from fucking Naruto. He also played Zabuza in Naruto as well. Also why I have this. Okay. So he's played a fuck ton of characters. You played the Batman games, right? He played Killer Croc.
Oh, okay.
The Arkham series. Yeah, he played, and then he also plays like the first doctor in Asylum. He's like one of the doctors next to Joker, and you could just tell by his voice. But yeah, he plays Spike Spiegel and Cowboy Bebop and shit. That's like his most well-known one. But he's played so many fucking characters, it's ridiculous. So
what's your favorite anime?
That one's hard because and a lot of like viewers of mine will ask, and mine's always Vinland Saga and Cowboy Bebop. Like those are like my two. Like all these books down here are all Vinland Saga mangas. I own like I think 12 or 13 of them. So
wow.
Yeah. So those are like my two favorites for sure. But I have so many others. It's hard. Like I could literally sit here and talk about fucking anime forever. But yeah. Those are my top two, because Vinland Saga is like one of the best stories like ever made. So
okay, yeah, all right. So I guess I kind of wrap this up with with Stray, and we talked about it a little bit in the beginning. I always did the little highlights of the beginning, but when you first saw the trailer for Stray, and when you finally first played it, what was your initial thoughts of the trailer, and then what's your initial thoughts when you actually played it?
Well, so I knew Stray was coming out like 2 years ago, because it was at an E3 event and they showed like a small like trailer for it. I think it was E3. It was like it was either a PlayStation thing that they had, or it was E3. But they showed like a small little snippet of a cat literally walking through like an alleyway and rubbing up against a robot or whatever, and I was fucking ecstatic because I love cats. Like I said earlier, cats are like been a part of my life for 23 fucking years. So I've always been around cats. And then Cyberpunk is also a very big thing for me. I mean, like my character that I have on YouTube is literally like, he's got a visor, like it's the whole thing. So I was fucking ecstatic. And then when I finally got to play it, I was freaking the fuck out, because it was just one of those games that I've just been hyped for like several years now. And I've been talking about it like all the time, and I guarantee my chat has been so fed up with me for talking about the fucking game as much as I have, because I talk about it all the fucking time, and I'm kind of mad. I really wanted to finish it yesterday, but I'm gonna try and finish it tomorrow, so I'm excited. It's definitely one of my favorite games so far, and I've only played like 3 hours of the game. So
I did awesome. I did 3 sit downs with it to finally finish it, because Right now it's 86 degrees in my office, but so as you see, I'm a little bit oily at the moment.
Yeah,
but the game is phenomenal. Obviously, not gonna say shit about it. But it's phenomenal. I enjoyed it. I love games like that. That's it's platform, linear, at the same time a little bit openness with it. The graphics are beautiful. I unfortunately I have beef with cats in real life, and this is the only way for me to actually show affection to a cat. Because if I show affection in real life, then I will be I'll be meeting a lot of my family who's in heaven. And
fair enough.
I can't,
dude. That's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people don't like cats because they've just had bad experiences with them prior. But I'm like, if you just find the right cat, you will fucking fall in love with cats.
Yep.
And that's the thing is, like, so many people are like, oh, I'm a dog guy. I'm a dog guy. I'm like, oh, why? Like, why do you hate cats? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, then you don't fucking hate them. It's just that you probably had a bad experience as a kid, because that's usually what happens. And that's the reason why you don't like him.
You're probably pulling his tail. You're probably petting it too hard or something.
And that's the thing is, like, cats are the most genuinely don't give a fuck animal that you could possibly, unless you find an asshole cat, because I've had an asshole cat. I get it. Like, I know some cat, but that's the same for dogs. Dogs can be fucking assholes too. It just really depends on how you are with them. Or how, like, cats can just like fucking sniff you out and they know that you're fucking sus with some shit. So that's the thing with them. That's the reason why I like cats, because they're just fucking lazy and they don't give a shit, and they'll find good ones and they'll cuddle with you and you call it a day and you're good.
Yeah, like before my uncle passed, but like 6 years ago, he had 2 cats. He had a white cat and a black cat, and then their names were Shadow and Angel.
That's awesome.
Phenomenal cats. I love them from a distance. And that's how I kind of learned my allergies, and if there's an afterlife or not. Because I used to visit him. He lived in the same apartment building as my aunt. They're not related in any way, but I have a humongous family. So my uncle was divorced from my actual aunt. My aunt's sister lived in the same building as him.
Oh, got you.
So it was that kind of situation, whatever. But my aunt was on the 7th floor. He was on the 11th. 11. But I remember when I used to visit my aunt, I used to tell my mom, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna go upstairs to hang out with Panchito." And he's okay. I go upstairs, I'll spend time with him a little bit, and I'm noticing like my throat is like closing, and I'm like crying, and I have like boogers coming down. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like petting the cats and holding them, and just like this, they're rubbing against my leg, and it just feels so amazing because they're so cuddly and cute. But then I'm slowly falling into the world of just the void, and I'm slowly seeing the shadow realm, and that's when I found out I was allergic to cats. That'll do it. And ever since then, they became my enemies. I still love them, because I remember
it's hard.
There's a stray, like especially where I lived at, it was like super urban hood area. There were stray cats everywhere. And we had a stray that used to hang out on my porch, and we named it Sebastian. And I used to work at Walmart, so I used to get like the cat food. It was like super cheap. I used to feed it. And I think that's 3 years ago, someone actually picked up the cat and actually adopted it. So I was actually pretty happy. But
that's awesome.
Again, it's kind of hard to live in the hood and be gangster when the cat could fucking kill you.
I can understand that.
So I had like zero street cred. Like I had street cred for a little bit, but then they found out I was allergic to cats, and they're like, "Nah, homie, it ain't gonna work out, man. You gotta stay your ass home." I'm like, "Man, listen, that ain't my fault. God, put this burden on me." I love cats. I wish I never had this. I'm not. Hopefully, there's a way future wise they could. I don't know. Elon Musk could put like a.
But I don't know.
I have to get the brain chip from Elon Musk.
I even think like allergies can change over time. I think. I'm pretty sure. So maybe when you're 50, you'll be able to have a cat.
Hopefully, because I remember my other uncle, my grandmother my great grandmother had 16 kids. So when I say
Jesus fuck, what the fuck is your grandma doing?
There's no TV.
Oh, I mean, fair. Okay, good point. Yeah,
there's no TV. So my great grandmother has 16 kids. And those 16 kids, out of the 16, I think 13 had kids. And those 13 had like 3 to 5 kids each.
Jesus Christ.
And that's my mom's generation. And my mom's generation, those 50 plus kids, 40 plus kids, about 80% of them had an additional 2 to 6 kids each.
Holy shit.
So
what the fuck?
My other uncle had cats and had dogs. Right. And after like 5 years, I think when he turned like 47, he became allergic to his own dog.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It wasn't even like a hairy dog. It was a Chihuahua.
What the fuck?
And he just became
That's
like
so
allergic.
Weird.
Exactly.
That's so weird.
So hopefully it reverse engineers on me and I could probably have a cat, because like I said, cats, they're independent. They can walk around. You have
to do whatever the fuck they want.
They're not needing like dogs and demand attention and all that kind of stuff. But I guess I'll wrap this up.
Y'all.
And guys, if you enjoyed today's video on who is Ashdog and his story with YouTube and cats and Twitch and wrestling and other shit we got into, yeah, please go in the description. All his links to his channels and social medias will be in the description. Go follow it. Drop him a sub and also become a member on his YouTube channel. I believe, there's also giftings available for your YouTube. There's no Prime yet. Hopefully, maybe down the line.
I wish.
I know.
I think YouTube Premium should add that shit, but that'd be cool.
But give him your money.
Thanks.
But just follow him. He's an amazing dude. I've been following him for so many years, and I look up to him, and doing the compilations for him and all that kind of stuff. I genuinely always wanted him to grow, and the channel I have, my goal was always to have people look at him, because I was in a dark spot in my life, and because of you and everybody around your circle basically gave me a second chance of life. And I just want to thank you for that, and everybody who's watching, please follow him. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Love your faces, guys. Peace.
Whip.